So now, let's give a hearty round of applause to the Honorable Justice Gillian Lucky.
Talk about pressure. Cousin Stacy, you never told me that Pleasantville had so much talent. You give yourself a round of applause. Cousin Stacy, you told me this graduation speech would be a breeze, that I would be the only star on the stage. Look how many stars we had so far. The girl who sang Rise Up, I thought it was the star herself who made up the song. I say Pleasantville get Miss Day, Andra Day to come. It wasn't Andra Day. You have two people, well, their introductions in terms of what they achieved, the Masters of Ceremony. What are their names? Colin and Cherise. Well, they're more accomplished even than me. A round of applause for them, please. Cousin Stacy, you told me just take a little time off of your court, Jill. It wouldn't be a problem. Everything will be okay. Everybody will want to hear what you have to say. The panel was perfect. The people who did the duet, perfect. What I will be able to tell these people today, Cousin Stacy, you know, I'm much older than you. You only know who Cousin Stacy is? Oh, well, now I have your attention. Cousin Stacy is one of your teachers, Anastasia Waller. That is my first cousin, my mother, brother, first child. Give her a round of applause, please. And not to put more pressure on me, Stacy said that if I don't live up, and better yet, rise up to the occasion, she has said to me, Principal, that her job may be in jeopardy. So please, I'm just saying to you, sir, the principal of Pleasantville Secondary, if I flop and I don't rise up, please, if we could agree, don't fire my cousin, my beloved Stacy. How would you like that? Well, give me a round of applause now, please. Every graduation, graduating students always worry about one thing. You know what that is? The graduation feature speaker. Not so? How long they will be. If the nice corsages you're wearing will start to wilt by the time the graduation speaker finish. I hope the graduation speaker realize that being in front of a mic doesn't mean you go on and on and on. Because I want to commend you all for something that I picked up here in Pleasantville, at Naparima Bowl, but it's you all as the Pleasantville students. When I walked in, it was the level of courtesy extended by you young people. Good morning, nice to have you. I'm sure most of them didn't know me. Good morning. A round of applause for something I like to see in young people, manners. Second thing, you're sticking to time. You see, as a judge of the High Court, if it's one thing I don't like is when people not sticking to time. Everything began on time and has moved swimmingly. Another round of applause. And just because I don't like, you find it not going good so far, you want to rise up more. How are you going? You going okay? Cousin Stacy still will have her job, right? I love your smile. And just for that smile, give all of you all graduating this year a round of applause. Now, we have all had our rise up moments. And rising up means that we have had to overcome something. We have had rise up moments. We may be going through rise up moments. And in the future, we will have times when we have to rise up. And I'm sharing with you this morning, I too had my rise up moment. A rise up moment meaning when you were all the way down. You ever felt down, down, down? Yeah. You ever felt real depressed? You ever ask yourself, what really happening here? And when you do that, You're not supposed to go and kill yourself or use it as an excuse to smoke marijuana, talking about other drugs, or to do wrong things, or to say, look, I have it hard in life. Nobody else have it as hard as me, and use that as an excuse. What you expected to do is to what? Rise up. And I had my rise up moment. Some of you may think, Gillian Lucky, what rise up moment Gillian Lucky could ever have? Gillian Lucky know about drought? Of course I know about drought. Drought affected all of us, not so? Oh, you all had water. Sorry, where I was living, we had some challenges. I'm glad, but therefore it was fake news then, because it was saying in South had no water, that was fake news. Right, so, in life, I too have had my moments. Don't think, oh, well, there's a judge, what the judge go know, the judge don't know what really stress is. Let me tell you, stress starts off with the fact that I had to come and give this graduation speech, and stress is what? Look at the level of talent you all have. So you don't want to say everything was good at my graduation. The only thing that was a flop was Gillian Lucky. Understand? That is stress. My rise up moment, I'll tell you, very seriously, came in the year 2007. Some of you were not born yet, but I'll just tell you, in 2007 you were born, but I'll explain to you what I mean. Go back a little bit. I was a prosecutor in the 1990s, and I love the law, and I always said I love the law. Politics is my passion. And when I got an opportunity to go into politics in the year 2000, I decided to leave the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, where I was a prosecutor, and to go into the life of politics. And oh gosh, I love. You know when you love something? You never love something. Hold on, you didn't even love your schoolwork. You ever had a tabanca? What had they say, John, you did with tabanca? You see, that is the problem. Tabanca too early. Anyway, so I had this tabanca with politics, and I love the politics. I was in the upper house, which is our Senate, the lower house, the House of Representatives. And whenever I made contributions, in those days, you didn't have it carried live the way it is now. But people would say, Lucky, you're good. Lucky, you're great. Lucky, you're the best. I had gone for the point-of-pay seat, and I had won. So I knew what it was to win an election, and I was there having a great time. Enter the general election for 2007. And in 2007, when I ran for the St. Joseph constituency, I lost. And of the 3 candidates who ran, guess where I came in? I'm so glad all you knew. Third. In fact, I was on a high during the campaign, because you know during the campaign, everybody tells you you're going to win. You ever had people just telling you what you want to hear? You will win, Gillian, you will win. My song came second to what was my campaign song. We vote in Gillian, we vote in Gillian. And we coming. The song was second on the charts. I was being told I would win. The people of Trinidad and Tobago love you. Until a very close friend of mine called me aside before the results, and she said, Gillian, everybody telling you you're going to win. But let me explain something to you, Gillian. There are 3 candidates, and you're not going to win. Well, all I did do was slap her down one time. I'm a candidate supposed to be on a high, rising. You telling me I'm going to what? Not win? I said, no, it was goat mouth. Goat mouth is something else. This was reality check. Reality check. You want to be a doctor, but you're afraid blood. You want to be a master chef, but you can't cook. Reality check. And she said, Gillian, you're going to come in third. She said, but do not worry. I said, but I'm going to pray. She said, pray. And pray that God will give you the courage and the strength to rise up when you have to face the result. I said, well, that's the one thing. Well, you know what? I was crying, The way you cry. I said, well, just one thing I want to ask you. I will get back my deposit because I come in third. I don't want to be shamed. She said, don't worry. You will get back that deposit. And the day of the election came. I pray. I even pray. I say, dear Lord, even though my friend Suzanne tell me I will come third, you stronger than she, you know what you do. My parents came up to give support. And when my mother was praying in the corner, I always remember when the results were coming in, my father, like me, was getting anxious because, of course, the results were showing I was coming in what? Third. Thanks for not saying last. That does make a difference. Third. No, that's why I love all you. That's why I always say great things come from south, but I can't say that too much. Remember, I'm a judge, so I have to say come from everywhere. Now you go to another school in another place in the country and they ask you what you came in, they say last. Right? But you all said third. Thanks for that. And so my father was like me, running up and down, you know, seeing as the results were coming in, recognizing, well, this third place really happening. My mother was in a corner praying, holding the rosary in her hand. And I went to her and I said, Mommy, I'm not going to win, you know. You know, the results are showing that I'm coming in last because we're getting the actual numbers. She said, Gillian, I'm not praying for you to win. I am praying that after tonight, God will help you to rise up. That's those were words. She said that God will let you understand it's not the end of the world. Because for the last 7 years you were in politics, all we used to hear is politics is my life, is my life, is my life. Understand now that you will have to work out what your life is. And then I called my friend Suzanne and I said, you know, the results are coming in. She said, don't worry. I know you were coming in third and I told you not to depress you because I wanted you to understand that it would not be the end of the world, but for you to start immediately recalibrating. And I could tell you all when the result actually hit that night. By the way, I got my deposit, I got my deposit, so don't worry about that. Got the deposit back. But everybody just dropped you. You know, like when you're in politics, everybody know you? People who knew you before couldn't care to take you on now. And what I did in my rise up moment is I recalibrated. And I always remember a friend of mine called Anthony Maharaj. He owned at one point, he owned IETV. And he called me and he said, Gillian, what are you going to do with yourself now? I said, I don't know. He said, well, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to die. He said, well, why do you mean you're going to die? I said, well, it's the end of the world. Everything crashed. People say they love me. They didn't even vote for me. Some people who knew me in St. Joseph say, you know, we like you, but we couldn't vote for you. All right, the name's down. I just can't find where I wrote it. And he said, Gillian, I want you to do something. Come and do a TV program. I said, me on TV, Tony? He said, come and do a TV program. I said, but this TV program would be what? This TV program would be, he said, you need to reach the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Continue in contact with them. That's what you liked in the parliament. You used to talk about the law. You used to talk about the bills being debated. You used to talk about how to make Trinidad and Tobago a better place. I said, you believe in me? He said, yes. I said, so who else will be on the show? He said, it will just be you. I said, well, no, well, who will I interview every week? He said, it will just be you. I said, so what, it will be Just Jill? He said, and that will be the name of the program, Just Jill. And Just Jill ran for years, and then I became a judge for 1 year, temporary judge. It stopped, and then it went back. And that was one of the best experiences I ever had. There were times when we had little technical glitches, because it was literally, who? Just Jill. And when you have a little technical glitch, nobody in the room with you, so guess what you have to do? Just Jill. And that was one of my rise up moments. So what we learned from that rise up moment, when you're down and you're feeling blue, when you feel the world and everybody else is against you, you realize they're beginning to rhyme. First of all, R, recalibrate. Isn't that what I had to do? Well, I could go back to the parliament, but in the public gallery, if I decided to sit on one of the seats, I'd be in another place called jail, because I'll be taking up somebody's spot. Secondly, you got to innovate. You got to think, how do I re-engineer? How do I do something different? And that was what Just Jill was. Just Jill was the only TV program at the time that had just one person, and you were calling in and I was answering. By the way, if you're doing TV, you put on 20 pounds immediately. I don't mean by eating, I mean by the screen. So it didn't help when I went out. People used to say, oh God, that screen making you look real bad and ugly. You look better in person. They felt it was a compliment. I saw it as my need to lose weight, which I still have to do. And then the S is to strategize. How do you use your resources now to make yourself overcome, to make yourself able to be the best you could be? And the E is to energize. The E is to tell yourself, I could do it. What body holding me back? I'm going to pray and I'm going to get it right. And the U is to use each day. Seize the moment. Time doesn't come back. And I say the U is to use each day to P, remember the up is P, to pray, pray, pray. So let's get that rise up again. We just came from a session where they taught us, during a session on Saturday, all the judicial officers in the country went for a session and they told us about health and wellness. And they said when we're nervous and we have to speak, stretch. So that was the stretching exercise. So let's get it again. Rise up. R for what? Recalibrate. Okay, things didn't go our way. We recalibrate. What's the I for? Innovate. What's the S for? Strategize. And the E is for? Energize. And the U is for? Use each day. To P. Pray, pray, pray. Rise up. Now, because you young people don't like to see people coming out anymore with speeches and so, I decided to bring my phone. Yeah, you don't like to see paper and all of that. Remember, you all are the days of the iPhone, the Samsung, the Huawei, okay? And with social media, you all feel you all invented Facebook. Parents amongst us and guardians, people born in the 1960s and 70s, like me. In our days, we had Facebook. You all knew that? In the 60s and 70s. I'll tell you how. Parents and guardians used to tell us, get a good education. That is what will get you through. Whether it's education with books or education in academics or on the sports fields, whatever. Train yourself. And they used to tell us, put your face in the book, Facebook. Get the education. How is Facebook? If you're using that joke, it's an original. And now, Stacy told me, she said, Gillian, I don't want to hear your speech or anything, you know, you could just surprise me. I said, yeah, but your job on the line here. So, let me not surprise you. I said, tell me a little bit about Pleasantville, what they've been doing, and I understand you all have spoken word experts who have won prizes, not so? So give them a round of applause, you all are doing well. And I am ending my graduation speech with a spoken word. Is that okay with everybody? Yeah. Which I have not been able to learn and cram because of time constraints. So I have it right here, not on paper, but on a device. So here goes. Rise up. Although you are young people, I know that you must have stress, like having to sit graciously while I delivered this address. You do know for this speech, I had lots of stress too. You have spoken word experts, Gillian, and also Natalia Montague. So I said from now, I had little time to rehearse, and I confess, this spoken word is my first. So if I mess up, just remember, I try, and be kind enough to give me a bly. Well, here we are in Naparima Bowl. You are teenagers. I am 52 years old. And what kind of advice am I capable of giving to graduates who have now started living? Thank God it's the end of CSEC and CAPE. For some, no more school, and that sounds great. No more rules and regulations and having to study. You can make your own decisions without mommy and daddy. But mash your brakes and think carefully. The world we live in is not so easy. So when the going gets tough and you're ready to drop, you will have no choice but to dig deep and rise up. I know that you and I have a generation gap. These days, guardians buff with stern words. In my days, it was one good slap. And your music choice is different. Marshall Cares, Beyonce and Rihanna. My music is Bee Gees, Queen, and I don't know if you ever heard of ABBA. But trust me, the challenges that come your way are no different from persons who are successful today. Some have come from broken homes and abject poverty, but they didn't give up, and they were not friends with Mr. Lazy. They worked hard and they prayed and they believed in the Almighty. They had faith in themselves and in their ability to climb every step to the top and get up when they fell. They focused on the end game, though they were going through hell. So if you understand, you have no excuse for giving up or to stop. If you fall or you stumble, dust yourself and rise up. You are so lucky there's big money in sports. So if your talent is track and field, swimming, or tennis courts, you could do like the Williams sisters. One little thing there, Venus dropped the game yesterday to a 15-year-old girl. I couldn't change the spoken word for that, so I'll go back there. She gonna rise up. What happened to you? I ain't give up on Venus. The woman in her 30s, somebody half her age beat her. Let me go back there. So you could do like the Williams sisters and dominate the game, or be like footballers who have glory and fame. The fact is that you have to find your talent fast and not be content just sitting on the grass. And parents and guardians, please play your role. It's not simply to tell children, do as you're told. Your children need love, not spoiling or abuse. They need your support. Don't just let them loose. Do you know their dreams, their concerns, what they fear? Have you spoken with them and showed them you care? However brave they appear, don't worry, I'll be there for you, baby. I'll be there for you. I will be there for you. And it's never too late for all of us with our roles to rise up. However brave they appear and all the big talk they give, you have to help them. They are your children for as long as you live. And they must respect you and don't give you lip. And you must guide them each time that they slip. Together you will make it. And in times when you drop, you will get the strength. Be brave and rise up. So rise up and take your place. Believe in yourself. Create your own special space. Rise up and start your journey to be great citizens, Pleasantville graduates, of our beloved TNT. Rise up. Love you.